But the Indiana Fever went all out for Caitlin Clark's logo drop. So there was a lot of excitement already fluttering about Gamebridge, and energy was high. They definitely spared no expense in letting everybody know that Caitlin Clark does have a new logo out. The arena was actually covered with t-shirts that said Caitlin Clark was here. The outside of the arena had her logo everywhere. She even showed up with all these accoutrements with a CC logo.
To be honest, the WNBA is to blame for its current state of complete collapse, its most captivating star. Caitlin Clark has been out for weeks due to a small groin issue that somehow got worse. Into an absence of 1 month. Additionally, the league's shortcomings are being exposed in her absence.
More of these up-and-coming next-generation young guns enter the league, it is becoming more and more apparent that the WNBA veterans did not do much to really advance the game of the WNBA. They didn't really develop the game as much as they'd like to think. You have these rookies coming in and doing in one season, and doing in less than a season and half a season, what it's taken these vets of the past 600, 700, 800, 900 games.
Nike dropped a bombshell that is shocking the basketball world while Clark sits on the bench dressed in street clothes. Early indications point to Caitlin Clark's new distinctive logo outselling and surpassing everything. What every other WNBA player is doing, every other player in the league is feeling the same way as a result of this brutal reality check. In Clark's extended shadow, they were already smaller.
Listen, Caitlin Clark had a huge announcement today. The new Caitlin Clark logo is out. She took to Twitter and said, tune in, logo collection coming soon. Signature product dropping 2026. I think we getting them new CCs, them logo 3 CCs in 2026, y'all. It'll be no more Kobe PEs, which we've loved. We about to get them Caitlin Clark sneakers. Let's take a look.
Shall we discuss numbers? When Caitlin Clark was revealed as Nike's newest signature athlete, releasing the interlocking C logo on August 25th, which appears more polished than half of the league's marketing campaigns, a miraculous event occurred. Nike's stock had already surged 3% after Clark's Kobe-inspired. Back in July, footwear sold out in a matter of minutes, helping to fuel a 17% increase since their earnings beat. However, this is not the same. This goes beyond simple cooperation. Nike is wagering $28 million over the course of 8 years that Clark is more valuable than the WNBA as a whole.
You're hoping to get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker. You're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double the retail.
Please subscribe if you're having fun. There is more to the panic than just one logo. It has to do with what that emblem stands for. Clark joins Aya Wilson and Sabrina as the third WNBA player to acquire a signature shoe contract with Nike. Ionescu. Here's the worst part, though: she is the first female basketball player in Nike's history to have her own emblem.
I've been telling y'all to stay patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that A'ja Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced, breaking news right now, we have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming in 2026. Now, this is going to be her logo for all of her Nike stuff that is Caitlin Clark official.
Not just a shoe, not just clothes, not just a logo, the type of branding that places you in the same dialogue as Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Other WNBA players, meanwhile, are still attempting to figure out how to people to keep their names in mind. For the league, the timing couldn't be worse. Since July, Clark has been absent 15th due to that groin issue, missing 15 games in a row. And what took place? The ratings for the WNBA didn't just drop, they fell apart more quickly than a hurricane's house of cards.
Clark has been a lightning rod for attention since entering the league. She brought in new fans, national media, and even primetime slots. Her absence isn't just hurting the Indiana Fever, it's apparently impacting the entire league's momentum. But this also sparks a deeper conversation. Is it fair for one rookie to carry the weight of an entire league's popularity? You see, critics say the WNBA's marketing has leaned heavily on Caitlin Clark, while longtime stars like Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and others deserve more spotlight too. On the flip side, others argue Caitlin Clark is the draw, and the ratings prove it. Some even...
Without Clark, the All-Star Game, 3.44 million viewers, a 36% decrease from the year before. Up to 2.19 million on television, matches that were meant to be major events became ghost towns. Earlier in the season, a match between the Fever and Sky attracted 2.7 million views, the rematch without Clark and. Some networks stopped releasing Angel Reese's numbers because they were so embarrassing.
35%. WNBA ratings down. All-Star Game 35% than last year. Yet you're telling me that it doesn't have to do with Caitlin. 35%. It really makes it difficult for fans of the WNBA in general and Caitlin Clark, like myself, to have conversations, to join a Discord, just to I don't know, want to just talk up the WNBA in general, when you can't even give Caitlin the props that she deserves.
However, Nike was able to recognize the signs. They examined Clark's influence and the $52.3 million she brought in. For Indianapolis, $36 million for Iowa, and 26% of the WNBA's total economic output in 2024. And declared, "We're not waiting for the league to get their act together." There's more to this logo transaction than simply business. It's an assertion that Clark has completely transcended the WNBA.
Caitlin will never be paid what she's worth by the WNBA because it is quite literally impossible for them to pay her what she's worth. An economist at Indiana University Columbus calculated that Caitlin Clark was responsible for $36 million in economic impact to the city of Indianapolis, and that she is responsible for 27% of the entire WNBA's economic activity for this past season, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television. One player...
Phrase Caitlin Clark accounted for almost 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity during her first season in 2024. Yes, one player accounted for more than 25% of the league's ticket sales, merchandise, and media value. According to a study by sports finance specialist Ryan Brewer, 1 in 6 WNBA arena ticket sales could be related to admirers visiting Clark.I. In essence, she was the first person in the league to significantly increase attendance. Just the Indiana Fever's home attendance increased to an average of 17,036 per game, setting a league record that even exceeded its NBA rivals, the Pacers, with more than 340,000 spectators at home in 2024. Remove those crowds, and the WNBA's claims of record attendance are deceptive. The league did achieve a record-breaking 1.58 overall attendance rate million in 2023 and was expected to surpass 2.5 million in 2025. However, everyone is aware of the reason the Clark phenomena occupied the arenas. Given this profound effect, Nike's decision to sign Clark to a long-term contract and center their whole product line around her was obvious. Nike's executive vice president of global sports marketing, Ann Miller, stated it tactfully in the press release. Clark is a superb basketball player and a great representative of the sport. In business parlance, that's essentially acknowledging that this is the foundation of our whole women's basketball plan. Just one individual, Nike is placing a $1 billion wager that investing in Clark now and treating her like Jordan will pay off the road as she emerges as the world's leading representative of women's basketball.
Means as much to their league, whatever league it is, as Caitlin Clark means to the WNBA. And no person has done more for their league than what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Patrick Mahomes does not mean that much to the NFL. Steph Curry does not mean that much to the NBA. LeBron James does not mean that much to the NBA. She is a monster. When we look back on this, Caitlin Clark will be for the WNBA what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were for the NBA. If this thing ever becomes as big as some people think it can become. She will be the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You needed two of them to take the NBA to another level. You needed Magic and Larry. She doesn't need him.
As if the WNBA's issues with Clark's absence weren't enough, an unprecedented injury has devastated the rest of the league. Crisis this time of year. Clark is only the top of the iceberg in the league's injury situation, which has turned into a full-blown disaster. The iceberg, the next hoops report that players have already sustained 212 injuries, resulting in 859 missed games this season, with 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. ACL tiers 10. Several MCL injuries, just the Golden State Valkyries have sustained 27 different injuries. It's a systematic failing that's ruining things, not just bad luck. The legitimacy of the league and its capacity to safeguard its most important resources. Clark's Nike contract, meanwhile, is making everyone. Others appear to be participating in completely other leagues. Her Wild Hues and Kobe-inspired sneakers sold out in a matter of minutes, with shoes that sold for $190 reaching resale values of $600. That goes beyond just need mania. Is that Nike believes that this kind of cultural influence will result in billions of dollars over the duration of her agreement. The numbers don't lie, despite the WNBA's desire to act as though they aren't reliant on any one player. On some games, the number of viewers has decreased from 2 to 3 million to 459,000 without Clark, the league used to be proud of. When Clark plays, she posts every viewership figure, but when she doesn't, she inexplicably remains mute. It's desperation masquerading as strategy, not just a habit. What aggravates this further? While they are forced to beg for basic respect, other players are witnessing Nike invest in Clark's future. During the All-Star weekend, the same players who donned "Pay Us What You Owe Us" jerseys are now witnessing Clark land a deal that dwarfs the most of their lifetime earnings. Not only does Nike pay Clark, but they also give her Jordan money. Michael Jordan money is the type of money that is associated with expectations of worldwide dominance.